ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. I'm Karl Carafel. We got Bubba Duke with us, OMD, and Chris Best as we are watching the longest show in WrestleMania history, Raw. I'm hearing what's sounding like somebody's dishes crashing in the background. What the heck? Somebody's television super loud?
That would be mine again.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I shouted Karl right out.
So, because it did sound like so heavy static in the background. Heavy static.
Oh, whatever it was, it definitely had. It was loud.
Yeah.
I don't
No,
know
it's
what else
just
to say about it.
I know
Yeah.
it's because it's hard for me to be able to hear the show and focus because I am trying to listen to everything all at once.
Right.
So,
Oh shit! Are you seeing? They're calling this WrestleMania Raw. Piss
Really?
off, you wankers. That's ridiculous. Kicking it off very well though with the host of WrestleMania, The Miz.
We got Miz TV starting it off.
And why not? I mean, there's so much great stuff that has gone on and happened
yes.
on this lead up to WrestleMania that, hey, we need to start it with the host of WrestleMania.
Yes. Now, this is the longest 2 weeks of wrestling in the calendar year, every year.
By far.
And there's just so much going on all week.
With the amount of shows that there are to watch.
Yep.
We're going to be touching on that tomorrow on Turnbuckle Talk.
Yes.
Ooh, Gunther is going to be in action.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
I'm all for it already. I want to watch him.
Me too. Oh, yes, I'm definitely all for that. It's about time that we started
Rain
putting
game,
a
and I'm
light
all for
of
that too,
focus on
actually.
that.
On the Intercontinental title, I agree.
Yeah. So if all of you are going to join us tomorrow as well on Tuesday for Turnbuckle Talk, Dr. Pepper and Rogue for Mania. Stat. That's our topic or our title for tomorrow's episode where OMD will be joining me. And The Miz has
That I will.
3 extra seats in
Speaking
the
of your
ring for this
turnbuckle
Miz
shot,
TV.
Speaking of your Turnbuckle show, Karl, I listened to it on Friday with you and Corporate Tro. Fantastic show,
Yeah.
by the way.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's always good when I have someone else on with me because we can really bounce ideas back and forth with each other and just kind of really elaborate on the topics.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Trish, Lita, and Becky are the guests tonight on Miz TV.
I really thought it was
Okay,
going to be a
so
Logan Paul.
So I
a
am.
Logan Collins situation again.
I did too, to be honest.
I am still well behind you because he's just introducing them now for me.
Mm. So we know that Dan is using his IPTV service.
Yes,
I'm using
well,
the Shaw app.
Yes. Well, IPTV is the only thing I have.
And I'm
so.
straight up watching 360 on regular cable.
Again, 2023, my bingo card did not include Lita being a tag team champion in the WWE.
No, nobody ever thought we'd see Trish Stratus come back out of retirement.
And turning heel at Mania.
Yeah. No, I could even see it at Backlash.
Supposedly it's build. Well, supposedly it's supposed to build to Becky and Trish at SummerSlam.
Yeah. But I
Okay.
could see them doing the face run for Trish until Backlash, and then the turn during the tag team title rematch.
That's a possibility. It definitely is.
I'm all for Becky and Trish having a match, but I don't know about turning Trish heel.
She was always a good heel back in the day. Now it would be hard to say because she's a Hall of Famer, because she's that legend.
Right.
That it almost doesn't work anymore,
I don't know
because
if
she'll get that.
Remember when they turned her heel at WrestleMania? That was an awesome heel turn, but at the same time, I still cheered her.
Yeah, exactly. And that's where things are now.
It's almost like she'll get the Stone Cold treatment. Even if they turn her heel or whatever, she's still going to get that pop.
Yeah.
And given that SummerSlam can be in Detroit, there's going to be a lot of people in the Toronto area who are going to go to that show.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Oh, and what was it? They just announced another Impact pay-per-view for Windsor.
Nice. Which one?
Yeah,
Slammiversary.
Interesting. Slammiversary. Nice.
Really?
Yes.
And so all of you that
was Impact's WrestleMania, but that's not. That's Bound for Glory.
All of you that are watching along with us, we welcome your comments. Your comments will be shown on screen. I appreciate each and every one of you as you watch along while we watch along the go-home show of Monday Night Raw for WrestleMania.
My feed is this big.
Oh, that means get closer to the screen.
I got half of it. I can see from their knees down.
Oh.
I don't know why it's doing that.
I don't know why either.
No other feed works.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Let me try something else here.
The Miz just totally dismissed everything Becky just said.
Just kind of ghosted her on that.
Yeah. Nothing. It's an interesting move to have Amy doing this, but I love it, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think it kind of adds credibility to the women's tag titles.
Right.
Having it on Lita.
So as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree.
I don't really feel like that. I would kind of feel like tag team champion.
Yes, we'll let Bailey talk. That's fine.
But I do know that I am very
Somebody's pretty popular tonight. This crowd is just hating on Bailey. And a shout out to Carrie tonight. Carrie, who is in the crowd front row wearing his collar and elbow shirt, a blue collar and elbow shirt this time. Hello, Carrie.
I think I see it.
You sure do.
Yeah. Dakota took her hair extensions out for
Right beside the dude, right?
Yeah, right beside green shirt, dude.
Which he seems to be at like every show, by the way.
Yeah, all the big ones they are, yes.
Yeah.
As Joe would call them, trust fund babies. Getting on every show.
Nope.
Bailey fired up tonight too. This is good. This is good. Starting it out with the women here, I think, is absolutely fantastic.
Going up against someone I came up with
Oh, yeah.
in this company, and two of my heroes at WrestleMania, two of our heroes at WrestleMania. But now, it's a dream. I said it's a
Bailey's hairstyles totally reminded me of late 90s Jericho.
Oh, yes.
The way she's got it.
The hair, like, standing up from the top and just...
Yeah.
Yeah. And even just the mic work. Like, same thing. Same thing.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez.
They are fired up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Wow.
I like how the Miz just stood back and let them do their thing.
Right. I love that. Like, he kind of was at the very beginning when Bailey was coming down. He was kind of, shooting from the hip a little bit there. But then afterwards, he just kind of stood back and just let it happen. Which is how it should be. Let them get all of their shit out. Let them get everything done. Let it all work.
Okay. All right. I gotta check something here quick.
Yeah, check whatever you need to. It's absolutely fine. So how is everyone doing tonight? I know that we've, kind of just started the show and everything, but we haven't gotten to actually chit-chat about what's going on with you guys.
I'm doing pretty good. I actually watched the Charlotte biography last night. It was all right. It was all right, but it was one glaring omission I noticed from it.
Well, what was that?
No David Flair on the show, on it. No
Oh,
David Flair.
interesting. Very interesting.
Absolutely no mention for him coming to talk about it. Or her. I mean.
Not a mention, not nothing.
Nothing.
Jeez.
Lots to mention about Reed, though.
Well, I'm sure that there would have been.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet, so I'm not, I can't, I'm not
I went
privy
in
to
with
say
very
anything.
low expectations on it. I'm not a fan of Charlotte, so.
No,
Me either, to be honest.
Yeah, no.
And one more time celebrating with help from amazing brands like Curtis Stone, KitchenAid, Vitamix, Temptation, and more. Shop now with interest-free Easy Pay at tsd.ca. Today's shopping choice.
Did you watch the one after that as well? Because there was two of them, wasn't there?
The Yokozuna one? Yes, and I loved it. Yeah, there was the Yokozuna one, and I love that one. But they used a lot of the same footage that the WWE did when they made their own on the network.
Oh, interesting. Very interesting that would happen. What are you doing, Puggy?
And then I watched Rivals with Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar. I guess that was on last season, but I didn't see it last season. That was awesome too.
I'm sorry, say that again?
I said I watched the Rivals with Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar, which was done last season, but I missed last season. And I loved that one. That one was really well done. And that's a rivalry I hadn't thought about in years, to be honest with you.
Yeah, me either, to be honest. It's not one that I really think about.
And it made me think that when Kurt did his last hurrah there, I would have loved to see him rock there one more time.
yes.
Yeah? I think it would have been cool.
Yeah,
I really do.
Karl.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oof. We didn't even start this matchup when we went to commercial break, did we?
No, we didn't.
This matchup started during commercial break.
No, it's like
Still on commercial.
I heard the bell ring as soon.
Yeah, they just rang the bell for me, so.
Okay.
So
I was preoccupied. I didn't even notice that.
I didn't even know they were actually doing a match because there was nothing actually.
Nothing said, nothing advertised, nothing shown.
No, exactly.
What the
All
F,
of a
David
sudden-
Blaine?
But I'm not complaining.
No.
Ouch.
For those that didn't see it, Karl, I know I sent you the video footage. I don't know if you actually saw it. I was able to watch the last little bit of Impact Sacrifice on Friday night.
Yes.
And a legendary NHL and Red Wings enforcer got in the ring, got into a hockey
I saw
scrap
that.
with Bully Ray, and will be competing this Thursday on Impact.
Yes, he will be.
And I gotta
That's cool.
say, he sold that attack when he got jumped by Bully Ray's lackeys there.
Yeah, but that's also not his first time in the ring. He has been doing this now for about a year, doing hardcore and death matches.
Yes, with
I
IWS, I believe it is.
Yes, and I
Yeah.
believe he's even wrestled Cardona.
Well, that was the weakest kick I've ever seen in my life.
I feel like he might have.
Well, it looks like we're going to get everybody's screen time in tonight, as we're going to have an 8-man tag team matchup, apparently, too.
Yes, for the Fatal Four-Way Wrestling Tag Team Showcase, which is just a match that they threw in to give 4 tag teams some screen time at WrestleMania.
Which I'm okay with. We need to showcase the tag teams a little bit more.
I agree, but I mean, there was no hyper build. All of a sudden,
We need
it
to
was
put
just
emphasis
we're
on
doing
tag
this
belts as well.
tag team match. Now, if it was, a number one contenders match, I could get behind it
Right.
a little bit
I agree.
more.
And they could very well give whoever wins that match the belts, both women's and the men's.
They could. They definitely could. But the question is that what you want to see?
Yes. And reportedly, somebody who
If
is
it
out
puts
with
emphasis on the tag belt, yes.
somebody who is out with a physical issue currently is supposed to be making his presence felt tonight.
Oh?
Yes. Now, whether
Would that
that's
be a certain Randall Keith Orton?
no, it would
Because
be a certain
he's rumored to
Wyndham.
be in Los Angeles this weekend.
Yes, it's a certain Wyndham Rotunda.
Interesting. And a good day to you, sir. My good buddy Bastard69, thank you so much for coming in. As we just shoot the shit and watch Monday Night Raw. I appreciate you, my friend. Ooh. That stomp looked like it hurt, to be honest. I mean, she's a small girl, but still, like, come on now. Oof. Back to another commercial break.
Of course.
I'm a little behind these guys, so I'm still watching some action here.
Yeah, same here. I'm actually watching on Sportsnet and not on USA Network, so I don't have picture-in-picture tonight.
Ah, gotcha.
Just had a commercial for Uber, so.
Yep. Oh. Movie Air coming out.
I must be way behind these guys. Oh, big stomp to the chest. Jesus.
Oh, yeah. I'm like 3 commercials deep since then.
Far behind.
And it's the only feed I got, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Football commercial.
Like I'm getting
American or European?
American
football.
Yeah, they just showed Doug Flutie.
Oh. How's he doing? Have you talked to him lately?
There's a name I haven't heard in ages.
No, I haven't actually.
Right? Like,
he used to talk to Pinball Clemens and Flutie all the time.
Speaking of American football, bro, your Ravens are going to be without a quarterback.
I saw that. Oh, I saw that. I don't know how I feel about that. You know what? Honestly, I think I feel okay about that. How many Super Bowls have they won?
One with him.
One with him.
And one previous.
Let's change it up.
What do you think, Tom Brady?
No, please, no. God, no.
No. Brady is not coming back.
God, no.
Well, if the Jets can't get the deal done with Green Bay, I'm sure Green Bay will take Lamar and the Ravens can have Rodgers.
Right.
There you go. Rodgers is definitely better than Brady, that's for sure. Shit, pull Doug Flutie out of retirement.
I will agree to that.
That's even better.
I don't watch him.
See, we talk a little bit of everything on this show. It isn't always just professional wrestling. We're even talking football right now.
Right?
And that's okay, because we're just here to... right? We're here just to kind of let loose, sit back, enjoy each other's company, and just watch.
Yep.
Just watch wrestling.
Just a great way to relax after a long Monday at work.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
I can't say because I don't work right now.
But it's nice to get together with you guys because I don't
Yeah.
get to see Chris and or OMD all that much. So
No,
it's nice to hang out.
it absolutely is.
Hey, look, there he is right there.
Speaking of the Chris Parrish,
I was going to say, speaking of the bullshitter, I just love pushing his buttons.
watch and
I
listen.
love it.
Watch and listen. That's right, Felicia. Watch and listen. Listen to the smooth sounds of KRPG
Why did I get the
103.3.
Why did I get the following program, blah, 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 and then get an NXT commercial?
I don't know why. I haven't. I'm back to Monday Night Raw already.
Not me, man.
Matchup is still
I saw
going
this.
on.
I saw the same thing, OMD.
Unfortunately, I am working Saturday until 5 o'clock, so I have to miss it, stand and deliver at 1 p.m.
1? I thought it was 2.
Yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure it's 1.
Damn. It's just where we go to the old Google machine.
Yep, that's what I'm looking at right now.
Oh, there we go. Back to the match. Oh, that was a huge suplex off the top.
Yeah, somebody take a look at that. I could be wrong. I do believe,
2:45
though.
p.m.
What, sorry?
2:45 p.m. Eastern.
2:45 p.m. for Stand and Deliver.
So it's like we're going to go right from
exclusively on the
NXT to
WWE
WrestleMania.
Network.
Yeah.
It's going to be a couple of long days.
Yes, and that's not to forget that there is on the Friday night there's Ring of Honor, Supercard of Honor. There's Impact in New Japan,
nice.
Multiverse United.
Wait till you guys see that. Ooh, beautiful.
Oh yes.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Almost Kurt Angle beauty.
Right?
You'll see it in a minute.
Oh. Oh, I agree with the crowd right now. The crowd is chanting, "This is awesome." Oh.
And see, I was a little bit worried about this match because you watch a little bit in our matches.
Sometimes. Jeez.
Come on, Becky, let's go.
Holy.
Oh, that transition.
Holy back and forth action.
Oh,
like, jeez.
Drop kick. Holy.
Nice.
Wow.
That was a.
Whoa.
That was superb.
Yes.
I hate to be the guys that got to follow this match because this is wow. Like they're no holds barred right now. They're throwing everything at each other right now.
Yep.
Freaking spectacular.
This to me is like Hunter telling the guys, okay, this is the last Raw before Mania. We'll out all the stops.
Right.
Oh, she kicked her still. Jesus.
Which they definitely should be doing, considering
Absolutely.
you want those buy rates for the show, whether it's from purchasing a subscription to the network or buying it on pay-per-view at like $800, whatever it is now.
Yep.
Whatever you want that the people see this matchup or see this show and go, holy shit, If that's what they did on television, what are they going to do
At the
on
PLE.
pay-per-view? See, that just doesn't rhyme saying PLE. What are they going to do?
Well,
Oh, absolutely fantastic. What a way
good,
to kick
man.
off Raw, half an hour in, and all of us we're pumped, we're excited right now.
absolutely.
I'm stoked for the next match, man. Like, who's next? Let's get this going. Get that guy off the screen. Nobody wants to see Corey Graves. Get out of here.
So because we got Cody on the screen and because pre-broadcast I brought up the notion that WWE has a title design, I wonder how long ago they approved that title design and if Cody will reveal that new title on the Raw after Mania.
I've heard. I didn't mean to cut anybody off, sorry, but I
Go ahead, Bubba.
That Triple H is getting rid of the Universal title because he doesn't like it, period. And that there's going to be some kind of throwback to the heavyweight title.
Yes, they are. They have been looking at possibly returning Big Gold. But yes, apparently they have literally dotted all the I's, crossed all the T's, and have approved the new title design. It's ready to go. It's just a matter of when.
I think it's going to be Cody.
They have had all of this approved and being built and made for the last 5 months.
Yes.
How long's Cody been back for again?
Yeah, that's why I say
about a year.
See a reveal on the post Raw,
and I think we will. And I think we're going to see, kind of like what Cody did with the Intercontinental Championship. From what I'm being told, this new championship is. Oh, right. It was absolutely fantastic. Fantastic.
Yes.
From what I'm hearing and from what I'm understanding, now don't quote me on this. This is just hearsay. But it's supposed to be kind of like a cross between the Big Gold and the Winged Eagle.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Yes.
If they do it right.
If they do it right, yes.
The final quote for this from the article I have pulled up, there's a new belt. I don't know for sure if it's getting a new name. I don't know if one of the titles is going away, but there is a new belt that WWE has had made and the decision makers have approved. Like if they wanted to introduce it on TV tomorrow, they could. Those boxes are checked.
Wow.
Yeah.
So they're literally just waiting for Cody to take the titles off of that other guy there, and
yeah,
okay, I could get behind
exactly it. That's what they're waiting for.
Yep.
And
Cody is going to be the new Cena.
I kind of came up with the booking scenario around Cody getting that title. So he does it. He does it at the end of Raw, reveals the belt, blah, blah, blah. Who's going to be my next challenger? Jay White shows up and challenges him.
Ooh.
Wow. That could be interesting, but what I could see is Jay White shows up, gets confronted by Finn Balor, leading to the return of one AJ Styles.
That's another scenario I've thought about too. But if you really want to get that's the star power of Jay White promoted, put him in the title picture.
Mm-hmm. Right away like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
But honestly, I'd like to see Jay White versus Gunther for the Intercontinental title.
Okay, I think that would be cool too.
Who can dethrone Gunther right now, really?
For that.
Yeah, at this point, we really have nobody.
No, and that would be the perfect way to get him in, give him a title, and then he goes, I don't want this one, I want that one. And just move him up in the ranks, right? I would go for that. I could get
But does
behind
that
that.
hurt
Anything
the
with this guy.
Intercontinental title?
Does it hurt? No.
I think that scenario would hurt the Intercontinental Championship just a little bit, because you're going to want somebody that can come in and elevate that championship. And I mean, I think Gunther has done a decent job at doing so, although he has not been showcased nearly enough with that championship.
No, he hasn't.
But if you have Jay White come in and beat Gunther for that, then we need to have Jay White challenging or accepting challenges on a weekly basis to elevate that up. Him beating, 40, 50 people and then going, this is just a waste of my time. Here's this championship. I want that one.
Perfect scenario. That's kind of what I meant.
What I'm going to put
Yeah, you
this
can
one
do
out
that
there for
simply
you.
to
But what about getting Lashley reuniting with the Hurt Business against Gunther?
I still don't think that would work.
No.
Lashley has just been kind of beaten the shit out of himself and gotten the shit beat out of him so much recently. The whole disbanding of the Hurt Business, and then him, trying to do this singles run on his own has not turned out as it should have. I think it's been absolute shit for Bobby Lashley. So, I don't know. I don't think that a reuniting with the Hurt Business would give us anything else out of him.
I do think, though, that the Hurt Business versus Imperium could elevate Bobby back. And I mean, Bobby did have a good run with the U.S. title until they put the belt on Theory. And I mean, Theory has carried that belt and done more with it than we've had Gunther do with the Intercontinental.
Right.
That's why I could see it. And I mean, can you imagine how hard hitting a match between Lashley and Gunther would be?
Right. Chris Best, what do you got?
Did you have actually doing with Lashley for Mania now? He's in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
That's going on Friday.
He's in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal now.
Yeah, but he's also said he's willing to take on anybody at Mania. So if it's not Bray Wyatt, depending on what this issue is with Wyatt, then who knows who we could have step up to face Lashley. It may be a surprise. It could be a Jay White.
I heard, and again, it was just something I heard,
right,
that there is a star returning to WWE to take on Bobby Lashley. There was hints to who it might be, but there wasn't an exact, this is who it's going to be.
You know what I could see them doing, and as stupid as I think this is, I could see them going the route of Omos versus Brock on night one with Lashley interfering, reuniting the Hurt Business to get Lashley Lesnar on night two in their penultimate match.
Okay. So, Bubba, thank you, Chris, for letting me know. Bubba, who? What were the hints?
There was some white shorts with a black trim down the sides, and some tattoos on the chest area, but they didn't show exactly. It was kind of fuzzy.
I'm wondering if it's maybe a
it's
cult
not
of
Punk
personality.
Oh, it won't
Again,
be him
it
giving
could have
him
just
what
been
he's been
BS.
doing lately.
I mean,
right?
It could have been total BS because they're just trying to, hype up WrestleMania.
Yeah,
but
I mean, hell, maybe it's Hakushi.
Maybe that would be awesome.
I think it would be too. I think it would be cool.
But it was a returning star.
Hakushi was a star
in WWE.
Yes, he was.
I don't remember, dude. My brain just went.
He even had a rivalry with Bret Hart, and then went to the No, sorry, that wasn't Hakushi. And then all of a sudden, after that rivalry, he just
got
became a
into
massive
very well
face.
with
Hakushi. Bubba.
Oh, dude, I remember that guy now. Yeah.
Hakushi.
I was just looking it up.
Isn't she a member of Kai and Tai at one point too, or am I confusing?
What about Kai and Tai? You're really breaking up tonight, Chris. I'm not sure what's
Wasn't he
going
brought
on
back as a
there.
member of Kai and Tai?
No, he was not. Oh, now it's saying here referees Charles Robinson and or Earl Hebner are also being back for a Hall of Fame induction with today's announcement of Stacy Keibler.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations to her, by the way.
Yes.
They've got till Friday
Yep.
to figure out a referee if they're going to do that this year. And what about a Warrior Award?
Are they even doing it?
I don't know.
Who knows?
I think it would be terrible if they did not.
Yes, it would be.
Oh, and up on my Facebook from WWE, the Heartbreak Kid looked to become WWE champion once again at WrestleMania, and they are showing it from 23 when it was Shawn and Cena.
Nice. Very nice. Why buy a mattress anywhere else? So now I'm seeing a commercial for Canada's Got Talent. Obviously, it is all pre-taped because
Yep.
Trish Stratus is a part of Canada's Got Talent
Yes.
as one of the judges.
Yep.
Okay. So apparently the next match is going to be Cody versus Solo.
Yeah, okay. I think my neighbors are having a party downstairs. It reeks of cigarettes in my studio right now.
Oh, jeez.
And nobody in my home smokes.
Nope.
Yeah, the Boar's Nest is a smoke-free zone, so nobody's smoking here.
And well, I smoke, but I go to my balcony for that.
Understandable. I vape inside.
Yep.
My landlord knows I does, and she's like, "Yeah, that's fine because it doesn't coat the walls. It doesn't leave a disgusting smell." She's
No.
like, "Actually, it smells pretty nice."
Yeah.
She's fine with me doing that. But cigarette smell. I was a smoker. I was, and it gets to me again.
Well, I know
It's
you
like,
were, dude.
yeah, I don't like that smell anymore.
Yeah.
Like, how many smokes would we sit out there on our 15 call center, Karl?
Oh, like 3.
Yep.
Yeah.
We would have like 3 smokes. 3 king size smokes.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
going to say, weren't they the big ones?
Yeah. If anybody wants to smoke, that's totally up to you. I have nothing against it.
No.
No, that's a personal choice. Go nuts.
Yeah.
Just please don't do it when you're around me because my lungs get really, really congested and hard to breathe.
Yeah.
And for myself, we are going back to the show. WrestleMania Goes Hollywood, the official theme, less than 0 from the weekend.
Yes. I'm also there's another rumor that I am hearing, and that's going to depend on Friday night at Super Card of Honor of another possible opponent for Lashley at WrestleMania, and that would be one certain Brian Cage.
Interesting.
Ooh.
I'm not a huge fan.
Why not?
He just really I just never got into him. I don't find him to be all that good. Yes, he can move, don't get me wrong, but he's just another big guy that's there for looks, and that's all he's going to do is he's not going to be allowed to do his moonsault in WWE. He's not going to be allowed to do that stuff. And I'm
That
just
makes
never
sense.
that impressed. It's the same thing, like Jeff Cobb returning on Dynamite this week.
Right.
Not a huge fan of his because he is just another Taz, just another Samoa Joe.
I mean, yeah, I know. I think Jeff Cobb has a lot more talent than people give him credit for. More talent than Samoa Joe? No. Maybe on the same level as Taz? Sure. But the guy's got some talent, though.
What's what's the situation with Nick Aldis? Is he coming to WWE or not?
Nobody knows. Right now, he's a free agent doing his thing.
And from what I have been hearing, he is happy doing that right now.
Yes.
Will that
Because
change?
that'd be all for him coming in as well. So
Me too.
I would too, but I think again he's going to be another one of these guys that just gets pushed to the mid card. I mean, Nick Aldis versus Gunther would be awesome.
Oh, yes. Nick Aldis versus anybody on this roster would be tops in my book, to be honest. Like,
oh yeah,
Yes. I mean, given the fact that Mickey James is now injured in Impact and may have to relinquish the title.
right?
I mean, they're on the verge of having to like redo all their championships.
Yes. Trending number one in the United States on the Twitter machine is hashtag WWE Raw. As we are getting Seth Rollins taking on Mustafa Ali, who has kind of this like, would it like pop rock star type of look bullshit that he's been going and doing lately.
He's just become a joke.
he's the, he's
Unfortunately,
the new Kurt
yes.
Hawkins.
Ooh, that was a nice inside out. Wait till you guys see that.
Oh yeah,
And this is why Mustafa Ali should not be in the position that he's in. Watch that.
Well, the guy's got talent. Come on.
Oh, he does.
Oh,
He does. I mean, first he went through this whole, well, I'm going to be the new problem for the WWE and trying to dress like Mark Marrow. Now he's doing this and trying to copy Seth Rollins. I mean, haven't we seen a guy do these impressions several times? Somebody who has never been eliminated from the Royal Rumble 2015?
Yep.
yep. But I was going with Damien. My brain went to Damien Sandow doing that too.
Yep. Mine too at first.
I forgot about Sandow. I went right to Curtis Axel.
Ouch.
Sandow did it better.
He did.
In my books, anyways, I think he did. See, again, this was just a filler squash match with Mustafa Ali getting nothing out of this.
Yeah.
Except a matchup.
Yeah, and TV time.
This really built up nothing more for Mustafa Ali except another loss on the record.
I don't know. Maybe he will need retribution.
Please no.
I know. I agree.
girlfriend sitting here watching along with me, and she's cringing at everything that's happening.
Oh, yeah, I cringe at that one too. Oh.
And yes, that's what I used to do.
Oh, curb stomped his head right into the. That felt good.
Oh yes, you're behind us still. I forgot about that. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm a little bit behind.
Yeah. That's why I'm trying not to reveal who wins each match or happens here.
I keep forgetting.
I hear that ding, 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 and I'm going, guys, don't say a freaking thing because I don't know what's going on yet. I appreciate that you guys aren't saying anything, so.
I'm still not pleased with this WrestleMania Raw logo and like all of that they're doing. Why?
No.
There was no reason for it. It's Monday Night Raw. It's the go home show. Why did we
Yeah.
need to throw the WrestleMania moniker on it? WrestleMania itself is already sometimes too long.
Yep.
Why? Go ahead, Chris. What were you going to say there?
Oh, sorry, I got sidetracked by Seth Rollins and his amazing promo work.
Yeah.
They've already started calling SmackDown this Friday for WrestleMania SmackDown as well.
Yep.
Jeez. Well, I guess, they did take away WrestleMania Backlash, which I'm happy about.
The ads I've been seeing for it have had it listed as WrestleMania Backlash. But I hope
But they've been calling it with you.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything that has this year's WrestleMania logo and Backlash together.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, not long.
Shout out to Up, Up, Down, Down.
There's a lot of people with a championship belt in the crowd tonight.
I noticed that. There is a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Screw it.
He's doing it, people. He's going to do it. I don't know where my big gold is right now. It's Pac, so I dig that shit out right now.
I don't have any belts yet.
No, me neither.
Felicia and I bought Karl 2 belt for AEW.
Nice.
The what is it, TNT belt or whatever it is, and
their
heavyweight title belt.
Nice.
Like just the ones you can get from Walmart, but still.
Yeah, it's those are always appreciated.
Oh God, yeah, I wanted to get one, but they only had one.
Oh shit.
The heavyweight title, they only had one.
Right. I debated a couple of years ago on getting my son the NWO heavyweight title that they had there, but I didn't get it for him because I knew his mother would throw a fit if I did.
Well, why would it's a gift you got for him? Who cares?
If they can, I can too.
Well, that's not fair. Now I want to go out there and get the Intercontinental Championship. If I'd have known we could have done that. Why don't they put Baron Corbin and Bobby in a match and just let Bobby beat the crap out of him?
I don't know. It might happen. Who knows?
I'm not a Bobby guy, but I dislike Baron Corbin a lot more than Bobby.
Interesting. Why is that?
Because he's a whiny little girl.
So because he plays the character of a whiny little bitch?
Yes. He plays the character good, and I dislike him. He's doing his job very well.
Very, very well. We have a WrestleMania Showcase qualifying matchup happening tonight on WrestleMania Raw, as well as up next. And yes, I'm going to spoil this. I'm sorry. Up next, we are going to have a WrestleMania Raw weigh-in. I'll let you watch and see who.
Yeah, I can't hear it, so.
As I clutch onto my...
For some reason, it's not coming through my headset. Oh, excuse me.
If anybody is looking for a good quality big gold championship belt or an Andre championship belt or a Backlund, a Bob Backlund replica championship belt, go and check out my friends over at FanDudeBelts.com. Yes. No, not the big green. The big green is a different one. This one has the it's more thinner, and it's got like the huge protruding eagle on it.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. But my friends over at FanDudeBelts.com, 8mm thick plates on this. This thing is an absolute beast.
Yes, it is.
Very well priced. You can get real leather on it if you want. I have the simulated leather on it. No backing, but it feels and sounds amazing.
And look, no Velcro on the belt.
Yeah, it's a real belt.
No Velcro.
No Velcro. Get rid of the Velcro. That's so... Oy. Like, you can't do up a couple freaking snaps. No, it's a very good belt, yeah. I'll vouch for how good that belt is.
Nice, deep etching.
Oh, yeah.
It's beautiful.
I almost fell asleep. I was holding it one time, and Karl set it on my chest, and I almost fell asleep holding it because it was just, comfortable.
It's like a beautiful weighted blanket.
It is.
I was just going to say, it feels like a weighted blanket, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. Still in commercial.
So if anybody's interested, down below in the ticker, FanDudeBelts.com. If you are over there, you could always ship me an Andre. I would love that.
Yep.
I've got a classic tag and the big gold from FanDude. And they're gorgeous.
You got the Bulldog tag titles, eh?
Yes. Yes, that's what they call it, the Bulldog.
Beautiful titles. Absolutely gorgeous.
This one was a gift to me. And my tag belt, I actually won like an auction style type of, not auction style, but like game style.
Nice.
And we're rolling along here. So
yes, we are into the top of the second hour here of Raw already.
Yes, we are.
Yep. I got to see the video of the fans harassing Rhea Ripley at the airport.
Yes, that was a bit of an older clip.
I saw that video too today.
Yeah. But I was like, wow, people, no care whatsoever that she's not
tired,
in character.
Has to go. Yeah.
Completely exhausted. Just won the Royal Rumble. And like people,
Well,
If you guys want,
100%,
what people forget is that wrestlers are people
Let her
too.
go sleep.
right?
if you guys want to hear a little bit more on that, check out my YouTube channel, Turnbuckle Studios. Go and watch last week's Turnbuckle Talk with Corporate Joe and
Yes.
myself, as we discussed that a little bit on the
Yes.
show.
And you and I discussed that a few weeks ago as well, when the same thing happened to Rey Mysterio at the airport and Liv
Yes.
Morgan.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Seems to be a continuing topic.
And I wanted to bring up something that happened back in 2011.
Yeah, please.
It is. And I wanted to bring up something that happened in 2011. Remember when Booker debuted for the Rumble, or returned for the Rumble, I should say? I remember reading on No DQ and all my other wrestling websites, fans at the airport posting pictures of them, Kevin Nash and Booker, showing up at the airport. And you can see just how it is in those pictures that happened.
That was all prior to the show that people were posting these pictures. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's so hard in the day and age of the internet that we live in for any
But even so,
secrecy to really happen.
Yeah. I mean, and I'm going to touch on this one again, Carl, because you and I had
WWE was trying to be.
You and I had a similar experience a number of years ago at a hotel in Grand Rapids when we were there for a Five Finger Death Punch concert.
Yes.
And what did we do? We sat back, had our coffee while we waited for our room. Ivan Moody walks by, says, "What's up, fellas?" And we were so starstruck that we actually didn't react.
Exactly.
That's great.
But
at the same time,
guys, let's give Chris Best an opportunity here. I know that for some reason he seems to be a little lagged tonight when it comes to the audio section of things. So, what you got for us there, Chris?
I'm trying to sort. I wanted to say, like, when I used to do Stewart wrestling here, I used to actually get annoyed at that kind of stuff too. Like the fans coming up to me in the line of Walmart when I'm trying to buy my groceries, asking about what's going to happen at the next show. I'd always try and keep kayfabe alive though, and say I don't know, I can't tell you.
Yeah.
And that's why I wore a mask. It is. So I didn't want people to know who I was. I didn't want people bugging me in my normal life.
Yeah.
I didn't care. Was it annoying at times? Yeah, you're sure as heck it was. I was annoyed at times as well, but for myself, at the end of the day, I remembered that I'm just an independent professional wrestler. I'm not a huge star, and that they're coming to watch me perform. So I'm going to give them a little bit of my time, a little bit of my day.
Yeah.
If I were a huge star, it'd be a different story. I think.
Some of those people did come up to me after Hexam did an injury angle. They asked Hexam and how he was doing. And I'm like, I sold it to them. Like, I'm like, Hexam's really hurt. He's probably done. You know?
And that's good. That's the way that it should be at times as well. It should definitely be that we are keeping that kayfabe, especially on the independent circuit and the independent level of things with professional wrestling.
Yes.
100%.
Because a lot of people forget, or even nowadays, a lot of people don't know about the territories, and that's how you have to look at the independents, is like the territory days.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, obviously, the pug tonight is not interested in Monday Night Raw.
What, is he asleep?
Yep.
Well, that's good, though.
It is good until we go to bed and he is all riled up.
Wired.
Wired
Just
for
wired
sound.
for sound.
Fucker's snoring over here.
Oh,
Here comes Brock
Ooh,
Lesnar.
ooh, wow.
He hasn't made it to the ring for me yet. He's still walking down, laughing at everybody.
Okay, just wait.
I do like this new Brock
Yeah, just wait,
Lesnar, though.
Bubba.
This whole cowboy thing. I'm loving it.
I do too. I enjoy the cowboy Brock Lesnar.
Yep.
One who's out there just having fun, being himself.
Oof.
Right?
Well, bro, regardless, we'd have to miss going to Slammiversary Live because it is Saturday, July 15th when we will be in Grand Rapids.
Yes, we will be in Grand Rapids that weekend.
Well, at least you're pretty close to Windsor.
Yeah, but we'll be seeing Hailstorm that night, so...
Yeah, I wouldn't miss that neither, my friend.
I am not missing Hailstorm. I
No.
don't care what happens.
No, that's one of the ones that we're going to have to try and sort of push up a little bit.
There could be an atom bomb that's dropping 50 feet away from me, and I'm sitting right there if Hailstorm is on stage.
Yep.
I don't care.
Oh, what a kick to the face.
in a real atom bomb,
Not Brian Clark.
Well, so much for the weigh-in. They broke the
Right?
scale. I think
So now
Brock almost broke a hip.
We know, and they're doing a little video vignette package for this, so I'm just going to put it out there, even though I know like a couple of you are behind in the show right now. But Charlotte Flair taking on Rhea Ripley for the SmackDown Women's Championship at WrestleMania. Who do you have? Probably smoking some chronic too, eh? Yes, Parrish. Yes.
I've got Rhea. Probably,
Okay,
unfortunately, by DQ, but I'm going to take Rhea.
Okay, Bubba?
I think Rhea wins it clean and clear, gets the title, and goes to Raw. Or
Goes to
SmackDown.
Chris Best.
Oh, I'm going Rhea too.
All right. So I think it's pretty unanimous then. Unless the Chris Parrish shows up in here, does a run-in, and has a different thing to say on this. But for myself as well, I think it's going to be a Rhea Ripley that takes this, brings it back with her, Judgment Day, everything going on. And we're going to start to see the Judgment Day blossom a little bit more now that the enforcer of the Judgment Day has a championship.
Now, who would you see out of the Judgment Day with Priest and Finn and Condom? Which two of those would you see winning the tag titles?
Damien and Condom.
Okay.
Chris Parrish is a regular on this show when he runs in after work. That's what I meant. It wasn't no disrespect. No disrespect. Come on. You know I love you. Chris Best, do you have any other spin on that? The tag team championships and Judgment Day?
I kind of want to see. I do want to see Damien and Dom with it.
Okay.
But I need Dom before he wins any belt again.
See, I'm going to go with Damien and Finn, and then they're going to put like either the Intercontinental or the US on Dom.
Interesting. Okay.
Even though I don't think he's ready for it, I think that's how they're going to go, because he's sort of, because he's under Rhea's wing more.
Right.
Rhea's sort of now the de facto leader, and that sort of elevated him into that position, even I'd say a little bit above Finn.
You know what? You don't have to beat around the bush here on the Monday Night Raw watch-alongs. Condom is stuck and sucking on Rhea's tit. Okay? That's exactly
Yes,
what's
that's true.
happening. Exactly what's happening. Duke Lewis, Bubba, who do you think would be the tag team champions within Judgment Day?
Dominic and the Enforcer, because I think the U.S. title or Intercontinental title needs to go on Finn Balor.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking, lucky kid.
Yeah.
Gonna suck on that titty. You wouldn't have to ask me twice.
Nope.
OMD, are you seeing what we're seeing, like the chats and stuff?
No, I'm not, because of course, I'm flipped over away from the computer screen to watch Raw.
Okay. No, not a problem. We'll just make sure that we're reading it out and calling it as well, and that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Chris Parrish actually saying lucky condom.
Yes. And of course, I've got Ricochet and Braun coming to the ring now, so I am probably a little bit behind you for this 8-man tag.
A little bit. Let me know when it goes to a commercial break for you.
Okay.
Of course. Match is getting ready to start and I lose my signal.
And now I'm going to commercial break.
You're about 25, 30 seconds behind.
Okay.
And Duke Lewis is just swimming with the fishes right now.
Yeah, I got no feed at all. I'm trying to find something.
Did anybody see the picture from the house show the other night where Cody Rhodes lifted Strowman up on his shoulders after a 6-man tag against the Bloodline?
No.
Yep.
I literally thought that was a photoshopped image.
No, I read the article earlier,
No,
and
well, interesting. Jeez.
there,
Yeah,
I just sent
he
it
had
to
him
you.
up there, no problem.
OMD sent an attachment. Wow.
Feed that'll work.
That is wild. That coming from Sportskeeda Wrestling.
Yes.
That is insane in the membrane.
Yes.
Oof. Still commercial break here on this Go Home show. Go Home Raw to WrestleMania.
Mania.
Kennedy?
Yep.
Anderson.
Oh, I forgot to say, it was actually revealed why Bliss hasn't been on TV, eh?
Yes.
She just got out of surgery for skin cancer.
Yes. There were
Yes.
two reasons.
The skin cancer, as well as the Masked Singer.
I didn't
So
even know
I
she was a part of
am.
that.
Oh yeah, she was. She's already been revealed as they've already
Eliminated
take
her.
it off, take it off.
Yeah.
That's already happened for Alexa Bliss. Not nearly enough came off, but um, the mask did at least. Definitely 100% though. Like my thoughts obviously are going to be with Lexi, especially during a situation like that where she had to get surgery for cancer. Um, yeah, yeah. On behalf of myself and Turnbuckle Studios, Lexi, we love you. Um, since the beginning, since your NXT days. Yep, sure have. And we will always
Yeah.
support you in whatever decisions you make. And on this journey to recovery, we hope for the best. I love
She
you,
just
Alexa Bliss.
would be in Los Angeles for WrestleMania.
What was that? Sorry?
She just posted she's going to be in Los Angeles for WrestleMania.
Nice. Okay, good. Good. You see, and I know, Chris Best, you're pretty invested in this promo right now. Oh, ooh, 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 ooh.
That's why.
Ooh. Ooh.
And Bubba
So it looks
is
like
going to miss it.
we are getting the demon. Okay. So now to go along with
Now, there's
that,
something
okay,
else I read
so
about this match, too.
yeah, what did you read?
Gangrel is supposed to be. I read that Gangrel is supposed to be accompanying Edge to the ring for that match.
Yes.
I've heard that as well.
Yes. I'm also wondering if there's somebody else maybe returning if Gangrel does to maybe counter off on the other side. Somebody who was just buried recently.
A father of some sort?
No, not a father. More of a childhood best friend, almost a brother like you and I.
Oh, someone who has a lot of charisma?
Yes.
I was just
Ah.
going to say that. Someone who's a
And maybe,
captain at having charisma.
yes, yes.
Someone who has captained that charisma ship. One of my favorite people in the whole entire world is not on my television screen right now, but is being shown as a chatter in the show. And yes, that is my good friend Mel Ball Collins. Mel, thank you so much for coming by. I appreciate that. My tag team partner on Paramindful that we will get to see, that we should have already seen. Today is Monday.
Yes.
Hmm. If you guys have not yet,
Okay, I haven't seen the
go.
Raiders in a long time. Did they get
Oh, right.
bigger?
Yes. Yes. Yes, they did get bigger. And yes, so that everyone knows, go and follow the Paramindful YouTube channel where we have up, where Mel graciously edited and put up for us the Paramindful Women's History Month special. You guys are not going to want to miss that. We go through some pretty interesting women in the paranormal world, and I think
Okay.
everybody should check that out. And thank you, Mel, for stepping up and taking control of that situation that happened. Unfortunately, technical difficulties actually did happen where we had to scramble a little bit. And hopefully this Wednesday we're going to have our next recording of Paramindful with a special guest.
Ooh.
You know what, Mel? Mel is saying technical problems are a regular thing for the Paramindful crew. It's so true. So true. From computer glitches to camera glitches to lighting issues to computers just randomly shutting down. It's insane. Almost as insane as this 8-man matchup that's going on right now on Monday Night Raw.
Yes. Everybody knows, like, I love
The
tag team
paranormal
wrestling, but
knows.
I am not a huge fan of these huge multi-man tag matches.
You and Corporate Joe share that sentiment. Yes. Mel, yes. The weird number situation too. Ooh-wee. Chris Best, your chance. What were you about to say there about the paranormal?
For knowing what you're doing.
Yes. Are you sure it wasn't the Wyndham 6 that, got in there? Or
I don't know. It might have been. Oh, listen to this. My non-sponsored Dr. Pepper. Let's cheers it. There we go.
Okay, can they actually decide on an outfit for Montez Ford? Like, is he going to go in the shorts? Is he going to go in the tights? What's he going to do?
Who, Balor?
No, Montez Ford. Like,
Montez.
every week he's changing.
I think that's okay though. Let him have all of that. Seeing something a little bit different from somebody is a good thing in my opinion. Mel, you know what? I kind of agree with you. Mel says bigger tag matches means more wrestlers on TV, like the big New Japan Pro Wrestling staple. I
Yes.
fully agree. Balor,
When they're
what?
done,
Shorts?
when they're
Yes.
done correctly, yes. Like, do you remember back when we used to get Tele Latino and you'd get CMLL Saturdays at 12, and it was the constant 6-mans or 8-mans?
I still do.
Do you?
Yeah. Stupid freaking air horns. Yes, Mel, we are talking about Finn Balor in shorts.
Montez
Get
Ford
your
in
paper
shorts, not Finn
towel.
Balor.
The reason why he's dressed up the way he is because they're in Phoenix and he's paying homage to the Phoenix Suns.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
Well, I mean, they do that in every city they go to that has a basketball team. They're paying homage. But usually
Yeah.
Montez is wearing the tights and Dawkins wears the shorts. Today they're both wearing the shorts. Dawkins, I think, just wears the leggings because
it seems that he only
he needs it because his legs are too thick.
The shorts anytime they are in a basketball city. And when they're not, he wears the tights.
Makes sense. Mel is letting us know that Lucha is a train wreck, even on a good day.
In some cases, absolutely. It's confusing because in those 6-man tags, you don't have to tag out. As soon as you go to the outside, somebody else can jump in.
Yep. Yep. And let us welcome in early to the program tonight one Chris Parrish, my brother from another mother. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good. I have this guy, so I think I'm all right.
Holy mother of God.
Jesus.
That's a whole 2 liters.
Yeah, that's what I
Dr.
get.
Pepper.
Okay, one size doesn't matter. It goes down just as well.
That's true.
Yes,
That's
yes.
true.
Parrish, my friend, what's been new and exciting this past week?
We had a good episode of Busting Out yesterday. That was pretty good.
Nice.
2 guests.
How about you? Yeah. And we announced next week's guest already. Usually that happens midweek.
Enlighten everyone that's watching tonight.
Oh, we'll be having Lauren Goodnight on, the very first female host at Busting Out.
Nice.
She is a freaking amazing woman. Oh, nothing but respect for her. I'm excited for that. Oh, Lauren is making her rounds, apparently. Lauren Goodnight will also be joining Astrid and Melball on Friday for Ladies Wrestling Showcase. Very cool. I love it.
Nice.
I love the collaborations that happen with all of us here within the Our Local Establishment Network. It's fantastic.
It's actually funny. I'm drinking a beer from the Establishment Brewing Company.
Ah.
Is it your local establishment?
Well, I mean, I don't like to be selfish, so it could be our local establishment. But the beer is called My Best Friend's Girl, and it's delicious.
Oh,
Wow.
dirty. Dirty.
Wow.
Nah, pretty clean, actually. Goes down like a champ.
I bet she does.
I don't know about she, but the beer is amazing. Here's mine.
Oh, good Lord. This is so gorgeous right now. Beautiful.
I am going to say the gear that Gable and Otis has looks amazing.
Right? Right? I agree.
Yeah.
It's very Steiner Brothers looking.
I didn't, you know what? It does. I didn't see that at first, but I see that now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, here's a thought. If they were to move Gable away from Otis, would Braun Breaker not be a great fit to tag with Otis?
Yeah,
I'd be
He
down for
would,
that.
but I think, in all honesty, it would have to just sort of be, the one-off where these guys are coming together very briefly, and then because I think Braun, and I mean, maybe it's because I'm so used to him being solo on NXT,
right.
is just going to push himself
No, he was Braun.
to get there.
Solo was solo on NXT.
Although I do think that the direction that they're going right now with Otis, especially having him, kind of kind of going more towards the maximum male model situation. Would more leave Gable open for someone else to come in, and a
Yes.
Braun Breaker Chad Gable situation, I think, would be fantastic. Whether they are
Yes.
teaming together or even
I do
against
believe
each other.
Gable,
Oh, I would love to
I do
see
believe
that
Gable
match.
is set for a singles push following Mania.
Who for a singles push?
Gable is rumored to be set for a singles push following WrestleMania.
Interesting. Well, then let's make that a Chad Gable versus Braun Breaker push.
Yes. That would be a technical masterpiece.
I think it would be delicious. Oof, oof, that looked.
Oh, holy
Nice.
cow!
Ooh, that looked painful.
Oh, that knee to the face was not good.
I gotta say, I'm kind of liking Ricochet and Braun Strowman as a team. It's very reminiscent of Kane and Xbox.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know that I like it though, because I think both of them on their own are absolutely amazing.
See, I'm so
Oh yeah,
like I'm
I agree
tired of
there.
Braun Strowman, but I like
Whoa.
that pairing.
You know what pairing I do enjoy? Jägermeister and my
The left and
non-sponsored
right
Dr.
testicle.
Pepper.
Carriage. Oh,
Am I wrong?
I didn't even hear you because I was talking and you were talking and it all jumbled.
I said the left and right breasticle.
Oh, yes. That pairing is great as well.
Absolutely.
I was gonna say the same thing, Parrish, but I had to pull a Bobby Munson here for a moment.
Good
I
old
didn't
Bobby.
know where Bobby was, but it's nice to know he's right below you.
Oh, goodness gracious. Great Balls of Fire. What a terrible pay-per-view name.
But a great pay-per-view.
It was.
Yeah, really.
It was fantastic. The name left a little bit to be desired, but the pay-per-view was fantastic.
Also, I just want to plug one thing. If anybody's watching on YouTube and you want to spread that word, we are 9 subscribers away from 100. So anybody following OLE on the YouTube, tell your friends and let us hit 100 subscribers by this weekend. That would be our goal. WrestleMania weekend. Let's hit 100 subscribers.
That's an awesome shout. 9 isn't that many, people.
No,
Share
it's
it out.
not.
Share it out to your socials. Do what you got to do and get our local establishment's YouTube page to 100 before WrestleMania.
I mean, let's just get it by tomorrow. Let's just do that. Okay.
If it can happen.
Let's not take a
Make it
detour. Let's do it right now.
Make it so. So still tonight, we're going to be getting Cody versus Solo.
Yes.
That's gonna be the main event match.
Oh, yeah, for sure it is.
Oh, yeah.
So, Parrish, while we go to a commercial break, no, we're going to be quiet
We
during
go
this
to
one.
the I've seen this one.
Oh, you've seen this
I
one
haven't
already?
yet.
Yeah, it's been leaked online.
Oh. Okay, I enjoyed that one.
Yeah, that was really well done.
So, Parrish, I want to get your thoughts. Okay, so we know that Backlash has removed the WrestleMania from its name, and in turn,
Hey,
we have
God. Thank you.
now we're giving WrestleMania Raw and WrestleMania SmackDown good idea or bad idea.
I mean, how much do you have to just squeeze the lemon here? Like, it's the Raw after Mania, it's SmackDown after Mania. Just let that be a thing.
Yeah.
Right?
And then the ones before your go home shows. Like, come on.
Right?
Sometimes
Did
there's
we really
some
need to
traditions
call
that just don't
tonight
need to be
and
broken.
Friday? Right? Like, did we
Yeah,
really
it's the
need to
go home
call
week to
these?
WrestleMania.
That's all it needs. That's all.
No.
That's all. It doesn't need the word WrestleMania on top of it.
You mean we don't see that big fucking sign that says WrestleMania and we can put 2 and 2 together?
Nope. I don't.
I
I'm in
don't know
commercial
why
break.
to do that.
Or when they put the logo on Titantron, it says WrestleMania so many days away.
Yep.
With all
the time.
the parodies where they're talking about WrestleMania, like, oh, I think we're close to WrestleMania.
Nope.
Like, I get it.
I don't
It's
think
the biggest
so. I
show.
think
You want to
it's
make it feel so, like, the biggest thing. But, like, come on. The horse is dead. Stop it already.
Enough is enough, and it's time for a change.
I miss Owen.
I am not a nugget.
Cats and boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats.
Can't
And
help
I'm
but
just
think
going
if
to
Owen was
add
still
to the
around,
conversation you guys were having earlier. Orton
okay.
should be returning by WrestleMania.
Yes, he is listed for the lineup and apparently even has new gear being made.
Okay.
I had an idea that I threw out on Busting Out. I thought this would be great. You would have, between the match, you have LA Knight come out, cut his promo, pretty much just say how much WrestleMania in LA can't be a WrestleMania in LA without LA Knight. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, RKO, place goes fucking bananas. And then he poses. And you get that just from a little moment, Randy Orton's back. And then they could maybe do some post WrestleMania.
Okay, I'm down for that.
You want to give LA Knight a push? Randy Orton's a pretty solid guy to have a go.
Yes, however, I
against.
did read a little bit earlier that right now LA Knight is likely to have a matchup, and it's LA Knight that is likely to face one Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania.
Yeah, and there's also rumors that it could be him in the Stone Cold spot if that is to happen.
Yep. Now a Bianca Belair vignette. Can she just go away already?
Well, I don't think it's going to happen for a while, to be honest with you.
I just want to see her turn. Like, get her away from this, like, I'm going to cry every time I win a big moment match. I'm going to be so emotional all the time. Like, I'm going to do the same song and dance. Like, she is basically the new age Charlotte Flair. But let's do the Roman Reigns and not keep the John Cena. Let's do that turn now before it's too late. Let's get her some get her something different now.
Okay, I'm cool with that.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I agree 100%. Have her lose the belt at Mania and then sucker Asuka.
I mean, I think she has won the title of WrestleMania anyway. No, what I would do is I'd actually have her lose the title at Mania, draft her to SmackDown, and then she can then turn on SmackDown, and there's something fresh there. I think it might be beneficial to have her tap out at WrestleMania and thus creating that kind of doubt in her head.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could work.
Huh.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to bounce.
All right, bro. Have a good night, and I will see you on. And I will see you Wednesday night for Dynamite.
Possibly, yes.
Okay.
You're still working out all those details.
Yeah, just let me know them on Facebook, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, I'll keep you in the loop.
All right, cool.
Good night, guys.
All right, night, bye-bye.
Peace.
Good night.
Big Baby bounces because he's like, I gotta work early in the morning. Bitch, so do I.
I thought he was going to bust my balls. That's what he was saying when I wasn't here.
That's true. I find it interesting that they've got this this Austin Theory promo happening. Nobody's in the crowd. Nobody's there.
No.
It does give it a very ominous feel, though.
I mean, it kind of does, but
it's just making me think of the Thunderdome era of Raw.
Okay, I feel that.
I do. I even go back to pre Thunderdome in the empty venue, even before they brought the NXT superstars up with the plexiglass. When it was the empty arena WrestleMania.
Oh,
True.
And I absolutely loved that time in this industry.
Really?
Yes.
What kind of drugs were you on?
I
yeah,
loved
really.
it because how many times prior to that did we see, these guys going out busting their asses for a dead crowd? At least this way, with no crowd, they could focus on the work. They could put on decent matches.
Yeah, but there was a lot of terrible booking that happened there.
There was no question. But I loved that feel, the intimacy of it. And it also reminded me, going back to the early days of Raw, even with the smaller crowds at the Hammerstein Ballroom in New York,
Mm-hmm.
and that era that I loved. So that's what it reminded me of. So I absolutely loved the empty arena.
Like, that promo was actually really well done, though.
It was. Yeah, 100% it was. I was never a fan of that. Like nobody there. I mean, even the humble beginnings, Hammerstein Ballroom, all of that shit. There were still some people there, and as a former worker,
You
it's
want
it's
people there,
different when
absolutely.
you're working for 5 people and you're working for 105 people. It's
Yeah.
a totally different feel, and you seem to, I did anyways, I seem to kind of thrive a little bit more when I had an actual crowd there. So to try to do a WrestleMania with nobody, it would be a totally different feel that a lot of them wouldn't be used to.
Yes.
One thing I loved about that Theory promo was kind of the story it was telling without him actually having to say this. The next time you
Mhm.
see Austin Theory, he is going to be in front of thousands and thousands of people.
Yes.
So what he's doing is stating his claim that when he started his journey in WWE, it was in front of no one.
Yes.
Fast forward to the now, Austin Theory will beat the biggest name in this business in front of the largest WrestleMania,
Yes.
or in the biggest WrestleMania in Hollywood.
Right.
So I think it was a very interesting dynamic when they did that, because it really showcased his story.
Absolutely.
And coming from a filmmaker standpoint, when you're doing something like that, when you're in an empty room, it allows the viewer to completely focus on the subject at hand.
Yes.
Makes sense.
Yes. Now, what does everybody think? Because they did announce last Friday on SmackDown that Theory versus Cena is the opening match for WrestleMania on Saturday night.
That's
Okay.
how you want to start Mania. Start it off with a bang.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely love the idea.
I think the first person
And
out is possibly the biggest star on the show in terms of the world. I think
yeah,
that's a pretty telling statement.
yeah.
Right.
How's it going, Ed?
We're both
Carl and I
clicking
were doing the
buttons.
Bobby. Yeah.
Yep. Ed, my brother, how are you?
Chewy granola bars are made with 100%
Ed just sent something to us on our Slack program. Oh, Ed, we've already talked about Jay White.
And it's kind of redundant since you're the one commenting about it. Therefore, you are the one talking about Jay White because you're such a big fan.
We've already talked about and given ideas of how he can be brought in and incorporated. And now we're getting the official television talk about the 2023 Hall of Fame class women that is being put into the Hall of Fame. Stacy Keibler will be inducted as given to us earlier in the day by People magazine.
She's so gorgeous.
So could that be the people's induction?
It could be. So, do we think that we're actually going to see somebody else added to the Hall of Fame class of 2023 come Friday Night SmackDown? Or is this going to be it, as Triple H has wanted a smaller Hall of Fame ceremony?
I think there's going to be one more, and I think we're finally going to get our ref. We still don't have a Warrior Award, which is something that could wait. They could just do it as a surprise. But again, really, is there anything like nobody in the wrestling industry? I mean, even when they did Connor the Crusher, that when WWE started Connor's Cure, there was that battle, and it was just widely known, and WWE was behind him because he was a huge wrestling fan. But there hasn't been anything really in the news in terms of wrestling news about that sort of stuff this year.
Right.
Or last year.
I think Ed might have a good pick, though.
Okay.
Ed is saying Victor Taylor Perry for the Warrior Award. The one who has started that wrestling club. And it's gotten a little bit of notoriety. So I think that's a good pick if you want to put somebody for the Warrior Award.
Now, do we know why Carmella hasn't been around much lately?
No, we don't.
No. I was just reading a little bit on that today, and really there hasn't been any information put out. The WWE is really keeping things on the DL when it comes to people who are out for whatever reason right now, even including one Mr. Bray Wyatt. Things are just really quiet, and I think it's personally, I think it's a good thing. I would rather see that than everybody just know in today's day and age.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't like that of Sonya Deville. If you just did a big move with someone, do not throw them away. Pin them.
Right?
And you're a heel, even if that's not a legal person. You look like an idiot. You can get mad at the ref. You get your heat. Simple.
Yep. Interesting. That was interesting.
And Chelsea Green with the win.
Did you see her eyes during that pin?
I was going to
We
say,
don't have
but why
Bubba here anymore.
Why haven't they really done anything with Chelsea since they brought her back until?
Because they're in the WrestleMania season. You gotta it's because they're in the WrestleMania season. They don't want to do things too fast because there's that build and there's
no, but they brought her back and they essentially jobbed her out for the first 2 months that she's been back.
Yeah, but they also established that character with Adam Pearce because she was out and allowed her to be that kind of that diva, right? And then that created the partnership with Camilla too. So
not
just because
diva.
she lost doesn't mean that didn't transcend into anything. Diva can be the character.
Yeah.
This was a quick transition.
Yes, it was.
You got out of that pretty damn fast, eh?
30 seconds behind us. OMD, are you still 30 seconds behind us?
I am. I've got Damian Priest and Dom at the top of the stage right now.
Okay.
I don't think that's 30 seconds.
Oh, we counted it already.
So
it was about 25 to 30 seconds.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess they're not walking that fast down the aisle.
No.
Huh. So who's Damian Priest fighting tonight?
Ray.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Be the first time in a while that Ray's wrestled on Raw.
True.
Ever since his move to SmackDown for Corbin.
Oh. Huh. Well, that seems like it's going to be an interesting movie, I think.
Yes.
Hope it's better than the last D&D movie.
There was a previous D&D movie? I was never a huge...
back in, I want to say 2000.
Okay. I was never a huge D&D fan, so I don't even remember it.
I'm a big fan of the DDs, but just not D&D.
No, I'm got to go by the end of the week and try and get tickets for the Mario Brothers movie for Shane and I.
Oh, I'm so.
Well, that's a very good idea. And don't forget, for those locally in my area, if you have not picked up your tickets for Canadian Wrestling's Elite on April 22nd, make sure you do that.
Yes, I will do my best.
If you're on the western side, say like the Saskatchewan area, get your tickets on the same day for pro wrestling. You may even see me.
Okay.
Wait, what?
I may or may not be at that show.
In what capacity?
He's talking about a Saskatchewan.
Yes, but in what capacity?
Find out, Karl. You'll just have to get those tickets to find out.
For us here locally, at least. We won't have a Chris Parrish, but we will have former Wyatt family member Rowan, also known as Eric Redbeard these days. He will be here.
Yes, he will.
I had a dream that Rowan beat me up last night because I didn't go to the show.
Does he have another spider?
Yeah.
Just asking.
I don't know if he has another spider or not. It'd be interesting if he did.
It would have been a really funny idea if he had the spider, and in order to get it away, they just, did the pyro, but it's the rain, and would wash the spider out.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay. That wasn't an itsy bitsy spider.
Didn't expect me to do an itsy bit. Yeah. I'm I gotta challenge people, all right?
Rowan Spider, though, was not
okay.
That was not the original intended creature in that cage. It was actually supposed to be an actual rat.
Interesting.
Like a giant sewer rat.
And WWE would not re-sign Tammy Cinch, therefore a spider was made.
Yeah. Truth. Hashtag truth.
Yep.
Why? Okay, this irks me right now.
Oh, do tell.
We just had Damian Priest make his way down to the ring. We're supposed to have a matchup.
Oh, yes.
We go to commercial break, and now we're doing an interview segment? Why?
Maybe Ray can't find his mask.
Maybe, but I doubt it.
This isn't a pay-per-view event that you can write him out of the script for a night as part of the story.
I mean, it just seems like weird placement.
This is something that they've done for quite a while, and it is annoying.
They do it a lot on NXT, and it's frustrating.
You make the competitor wait. Like they had one a few weeks or late last year on SmackDown, where Liv Morgan stood in the ring for 20 minutes before her opponent came out because of commercial break, interview segment, vignette, interview segment, commercial break, interview segment.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I
so
mean,
she had to stand in that ring
just
for
to look at
22
Liv
minutes.
Morgan. I'm not complaining.
But us on television didn't get to.
I know.
No.
Only those in the arena did.
That's right.
And that makes me angry.
Those lucky bastards.
Yes.
Right?
Show me 20 minutes of Liv Morgan with, go to these interview segments in the bottom corner like they used to do 20 years ago on Superstars.
Okay. I would be fine with that. I would definitely be fine with that.
When they did those in
Ooh, Damian Priest is having to. I don't know. Is he doing a dance out there? Is he keeping the crowd entertained during this promo? I love Paul Heyman promos. Don't get me wrong, but come on.
Maybe his robe is from Hot Topic and he's having some issues getting it off. Just had to make an audible. Like, hey, Trips, I can't get my robe off. Can you stall for a second?
Maybe too much baby oil and it's too. It's not slick enough anymore.
They're not allowed to use the baby oil anymore.
Tell Randy Orton that.
Yeah, I know. No, ever since they went to HD, they were told no more baby oil because they were also having too many issues with grip and
Roman
control
Reigns is
in the
definitely
ring.
water. You can tell that.
I have no problem with my grip or control. Just saying.
I mean, to be fair, they're probably they just gave
go from promo to promo.
Dom the mic just to get heat for the whole crowd.
This broken condom is doing his job properly and needs to shut the fuck up.
He sold on Friday like a champ. That whole thing was amazing.
Oh yes, he did. He did great with that. That's why I said he's doing his job, and I hate this character.
His promos are really starting to come along too, eh?
It's because it's real. Everything is real.
Yep.
Everything is so much better when there's just a little sprinkle of truth to it.
Monday Night Realism.
It's funny how much bigger Dom actually is than everyone else in the family.
Yes.
Huge. That's because Eddie's his daddy.
Yes. Eddie's his
Well,
poppy.
then Aaliyah has to be the daughter because they look identical.
I got a question for you guys. Who wins between Ray and Dom?
Dom.
I hope Ray. And I'll tell you why. I don't think Dom really needs this win. I think he needs the bigger win.
Yeah.
So if Ray wins here, they can continue this to, like, say, a SummerSlam. I see a lot of Brett versus Owen in this feud.
And I'm, as I've mentioned before, I'm tired of this whole family versus family. When you had Brett versus Owen, Kane versus Taker, now this, I'm tired of it.
But when you have people that are fake family, like Undertaker and Kane, they don't do it well. When it's real family, they usually do it pretty well. Unless you're Jeff Hardy and you're usually stoned out of your fucking mind when you have to do shows.
I mean, we even saw it with Brian Christopher and Jerry Lawler all those years ago.
Yeah. But once that match is for Ray's mask and those stakes are rose, that's when you give it to Dom, because that's the ultimate rub, is to when it's something of true value.
I got to think between Ray and Dom, they probably booked this match years ago and how it would go.
Oh, I'm sure fantasy-wise, they definitely have.
Yeah.
I just think it's funny that in 2023 at WrestleMania, the fans are going to be cheering for a father to beat his son.
Yeah.
What kind of attitude is that?
Well, you can liken that to Bruno and that was a teacher versus student thing, and everybody was cheering for the teacher to beat the hell out of the student.
Bruno versus who?
Well, back in those days, the teacher did beat up the student, though.
Yes.
Bruno and Larry.
That was a little bit more acceptable.
Okay, Bruno and who, Chris? Sorry?
Yeah.
No, Bruno
Larry
and who? I didn't hear you.
Okay,
Bruno
we got to
and Larry
remember that
Zbyszko.
Chris has a little bit of a lag, so we got to give him a moment so that he can answer the question before we continue to ask him 16 times. So, Chris, Bruno, and who?
Larry Zbyszko. Larry Zbyszko.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it's weird. I don't know why you're lagging like that so much tonight, Chris, but
I've been trying to figure it out on my end. I think it's connect my internet right now or something.
okay, you need to reset your modem.
I mean, Chris, I'm just going to let you know, I keep my cookies here, not in my computer.
Oh, I cleaned my laptop this afternoon.
Cleaning the screen, Chris, doesn't count as cleaning your laptop.
Hey, somebody's got
I know Karl so well.
A wipe up.
Celebrate that joke. Come on. Just because you throw your laptop in the dishwasher does not mean that you're washing your windows.
Hey, I don't throw my laptop at. Never mind. Moving on. Now, what match is second at night one? We know the opener.
I don't know.
Me neither. That
I'm
would
gonna
be
say it should be
interesting-
one of the tag matches.
One of the
Not the tag
team
title
show.
match.
No, the tag team showcase.
But maybe the women's tag team showcase.
Okay.
I think that would be an interesting way to do it.
Or perhaps maybe Seth and Logan Paul.
You don't
No,
want to put.
Because if you're already going to have Usos versus Zayn and Owens on night one, you don't want to have that match. Whereas you can do that on night two to open.
See, I think night
Leading up
two
to-
opener could very well be the triple threat match.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think obviously if the tag title match is going to be the say it's a semi-main event for night one, and we have the SmackDown Women's title as the main, I think the Raw Women's title could be the semi-main event to Cody and Roman on night two.
Absolutely.
Because if I do the showcase women tag on night one, that means I'll do the 6-woman tag on night two.
Okay.
And then maybe my third match will be Ray versus Dom. Or yeah.
Okay.
And then put Hell in a Cell night one.
Oh, yes, there's a Hell in a Cell match. That's right.
Yes.
With Demon Balor, and I'm jacked for that.
expect Gangrel to be a part
Yes.
of either
Yes.
Edge's entrance or the match itself.
Well, they've said it's already been said that it would be part of the entrance. So I suggested was there may be the possibility that somebody who was recently buried in AEW going to return at Mania.
I don't think Andrade is going to be there.
I'm not talking about Andrade. I'm wondering if we see
Sorry,
the Brood versus the Judgment Day.
that was just too easy. I'm sorry.
It was.
Andrade will be at WrestleMania. He's just going to be, doing a Ricky Starks and be seen on camera and then contemplate suing the arena.
Oh,
Nice. I love that he actually dove into that way for the clothesline.
me too. Ooh.
Made him so smaller to get more of an impact.
And they even gave us a replay. Nice.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
People didn't think Rey Mysterio was one of the greatest cruiserweights back in 1997 when he was beating Eddie Guerrero at Halloween Havoc. Look at him in 2023.
Yep.
And enough.
He still moves like he's in 1997.
And he still sells like a damn champion.
Yes, he does.
And those are some bombs Dominic is putting down.
Yeah. She's insane.
There's some fire there. I like it.
This is exactly what I had expected. Oh my. Ooh.
What?
Legado has been in the corner of Rey on SmackDown. And they have been since Legado and Rey traded masks or exchanged masks to each other as a sign of respect.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Then I haven't watched SmackDown in
there's the
few weeks.
So, I mean, I said it on Busting Out as one of the topics. I said you can talk about your Sami Zayns, you can talk about your Kevin Owens, your Roman Reigns, your Bloodlines. But I think it's damn well time you put some respect on this Rey versus Dominic feud because it is damn well earned it. And I do think it is the second best story told in WWE right now.
Yeah, I think I
and
would
if you don't
definitely
believe me, listen to that pop Rey got when he decked Dom. That is how you build to a moment, people. Indie wrestlers, pay close attention. One punch can get you that reaction when you tell a fucking story.
Yeah. I absolutely love. So we've got a little promo going on here now for the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, and I love that they have memorialized Andre the Giant.
Yes.
For me, one of the best, most humble workers out there, and I love that they've done this.
a little bit more meaning to that battle royal. Like you get a title shot of some kind or whatever, you know?
Well,
people can say Bobby Lashley and LA Knight, but Bronson Reed should damn well win this match.
Yes.
So, Chris Best, to kind of go along with what you've said there, like I've definitely heard a lot of different people saying stuff like that. At what point does something just become, glorious for what it is, as opposed to being for something? Because lots of people are like, oh yeah, they should have, you got Money in the Bank, then you got the Royal Rumble, and this Battle Royal should be for something, and this matchup should be for something, and Elimination Chamber should be for something. And I hear that all the time from people.
You're
At
right.
what point should something just be for itself, as opposed to everything being for a championship?
No. You're right, Karl. I do completely agree with you there. Go ahead, Chris.
I was going to say it doesn't necessarily have to be for something, but at least give us a glimpse of who the WWE is going to push along with that. And I know we've gotten that with Baron Corbin winning it, the Big Show winning it, but the Big Show already pushed as it was. But maybe just give us a showcase of the WWE for who that battle royal. So if Bronson Reed wins it, maybe he gets a push off of that win.
Okay, because I know because Karl, I'm just as guilty of it, because I've said that the winner of the King Queen of the Ring should get a title shot at SummerSlam. I'm just as guilty as anybody for saying that stuff. But I think you're right. It should just be for what it was, which was when Stone Cold won it, he then ascended his way up. When Owen won it, he ascended his way up. When Hunter won it.
Owen
so
did get a title shot at SummerSlam, though.
Yeah, Owen did get a title shot at SummerSlam. So
yes, he did.
Yeah. In one of the best steel cage matches of all the time.
Agreed.
Match where I still think he should have won that title.
Agreed. I was just ecstatic that, at WrestleMania 10, they gave him that win over Brett.
I don't think anybody expected that.
I didn't.
Okay. I, for one, still believe that Gunther should retain the title at WrestleMania.
I agree.
And I have a solution of where you go next.
Okay.
Because in this match, we know that Sheamus and McIntyre could find their way of beating each other. That could help allow Gunther to win. But if the other two, Kaiser and Vinci, get involved, maybe you get a set of Good Brothers coming out to take them out. So just when you think when Gunther is standing in the ring alone as Intercontinental Champion after a successful title defense, this is where you get the debuting Switchblade Jay White.
We actually have discussed all of that earlier.
We already talked about this.
Almost exactly to a T.
Yep.
I said this on Busting Out, and then that kind of threw the whole Ed and Tom debacle going on, which was really funny. To a point, I never thought that they would go at it so much and so long to where I legitimately went in the comments of it and asked Bobby if he just wanted to go and get a beer because the other two had.
No.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. That is what got Ed to be like, "Oh, okay, you guys can talk again." It was really funny. I do suggest people go back to watch it. It was one of the most entertaining shows we did, and very glad because it was the 30th episode.
Yeah, give me one moment here, please, gentlemen.
We call.
OMD's got to visit the urination station.
Well, I mean, he is a Leafs fan. They tend to kind of take their piss break early. Hey yo!
Yes.
The Leafs do
like taking the
everything
first
early.
round.
Yeah.
Say that again, Chris.
I was gonna say he does like first round exit.
Yeah. Like all the teams do, right? I mean, the Blue Jays barely can get out the gates now.
The Blue Jays got eliminated before the first round even started last season.
I know. I mean, let's be fair. That is kind of some of the silliest playoff ever.
They blew us. Like, how the hell do you do that?
They're overrated, man. And we're talking baseball here.
I'm a huge fan of baseball, so
It's like the Raptors, man. They're the only Canadian team in that
Sport.
league. So Toronto media and then the revolving provinces get on this fucking dick that is the narrative that we gotta all cheer for Toronto, and then they just do nothing.
Oh, I'm going to tell you this right now, Parrish. When it comes to baseball, I'm an Astros fan.
I'm not a team guy because I don't watch enough baseball. When I watch baseball, I want to see three things. I want a guy swing for the fences, hit dingers, and maybe start some shit. So I'm a Bryce Harper guy. Whatever team's he on, I'm on there. I did get myself my Phillies hat, and I had my Corey Matthews moment. People of my age will get that reference.
Yes, I get that reference. Did you have your Topanga with you?
I was with a chick too, who ironically enough now lives in Quebec. We were actually about to go to her show, so that was it. And I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna get a hat. We were waiting on the person driving, so I was like, I'm just gonna buy a hat.
By the way, I'm there for WrestleMania.
I'm gonna say this: are there two people in wrestling that have the history, whether it's real life or on the professional scene, like Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, but you still don't have a name to call them?
Yeah.
It's weird.
I can't think of anyone. I mean, considering even us, collectively, a few of us as the Kayfablemen, we even have a name already.
Why can't it just be Chaosania?
I don't know.
Also, I would really appreciate if Molly Holly decided to come out with Molly Hollywood shirts, because that would be hilarious.
That would be amazing. Ooh, I think I would actually even buy one of those.
At the very least, Molly would. Yeah. There's a lot of great puns that still aren't being used in wrestling, and as someone that likes a good pun, it kind of bothers me.
I understand.
Yep.
Oh, I forgot Gunther had a match.
Yes.
That is just a cool graphic. The graphics to Mania are really, really nice.
Yeah, they
They
are.
are. I wish
Yeah.
I wish I had the program to be able to do stuff like that. I would love to.
I know how to do
Dear
that
Lord,
kind of
this
stuff
is a
sometimes, but on a
Chris
I have
Best, what were you
very
saying
basic
there?
knowledge of how to do that kind of stuff.
Okay.
I said I know how to do that kind of stuff, but I have very basic knowledge on it.
I could
kind of also
wait.
plug boy. If you follow him on Twitter, Bobby Munson does some video editing, and if you need any video editing, make sure you give him a shout out, as he is willing to do projects. None are too big or too small to contact him. Talking about
Today.
kayfabe, man, got a plugger boy. We got a plugger boy.
Of course.
Then later we'll plug our women. Hey yo! High five, Karl. High five.
Here, let me back up a little bit here.
All right, so this is our nap break for the night. Well, our second nap break is we had Seth Rollins versus Mustafa.
So, Karl, before I cut you off there with that plug, what were you going to say?
I can't even remember. It wasn't that important.
About the video editing.
Yeah, I can't even remember.
Okay. I am going to say I'm very happy to see Gunther have that body transformation. He looks amazing.
Yes.
But doesn't he now look a little
I agree.
weird with the skinny neck? And like it still looks like it's like when I like Nikki Sixx, but he did look different after the heroin stuff. Not saying that's how Gunther got transformation, but I mean,
yeah, you're right though.
I just
you're
want
right.
to give him some food.
Yep.
He kind of looks like Kozlov nowadays.
Actually, Vladimir Kozlov
But even
is
Kozlov is that big. He was on Impact recently too,
right now.
Kozlov has
Oh
a
my God.
beard now and all of that because he made an appearance on Impact a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, he also does
Yes,
a lot
he
of
had-
acting too. So
Yes, he does.
yeah, and a lot of like stunt work. So
John Wick.
He also runs a
Yes.
company too.
also, I know we're talking about a lot of like Hall of Fames and inductions and whatnot. I know it's not going to be this year, but can we just induct Doink the Clown already? This has gone on way too long, and this is one of the best gimmicks ever made in professional wrestling.
I completely agree with you. Doink
Like,
needs to go in.
on.
I was just watching.
There's
I
no
think it was a,
or are we inducting Matt Bourne?
Matt Bourne.
Both. But Doink the Clown needs to be in the WWE Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was just watching a TikTok or a Facebook reel or something like that, where somebody was talking about the music in professional wrestling, and when Doink the Clown's music came in, the dark Doink the Clown, the Matt Bourne Doink the Clown, it was a game changer. And then after that, no matter who played the character, you knew and understood that was Doink the Clown.
Yes.
Made
For the mainstay, though,
the
it
The
was
moment
mainly
that
just Bourne.
hit, it was the moment that doot hit, and it was his way to the ring.
Yep. Zing. Like oh. And then it just turned dark. And it was just like
just
an
went to that.
ominous. Yeah. Oh.
So
That's
now
why
that
it's like
we're
if you
doing
want to
Clown,
see,
and I'm gonna go.
go ahead.
Now that we're
Since we're on the
mentioning
subject
that,
of Doink the Clown and gaming,
go ahead, Chris.
now that we're mentioning Doink here, if we're gonna go into the gaming world here, I was so glad that for 2K22 it was the heel Doink they put in the game, the Matt Bourne Doink that they put there.
Okay. I was just going to say,
Well, I
now
think
that
in
we're
2K23 too, by the way.
now that we're on this subject, does anybody see a correlation between the original Doink, like the Dark Doink, and the Fiend?
I really don't.
I don't see
I
necessarily
really feel that
correlation, but I
there's,
see similarities.
yeah, maybe a few similarities, but they're very stand apart for me.
Okay.
But how cool would
I
it have
actually
been
see
if
more
Matt Bourne was
similarities
still
between the
around?
heel Doink and Waylon Mercy.
I was gonna say, how cool would it have been if Matt Bourne were still around and he came out as the heel Doink and tag team with the Fiend? I would love
I always
that.
wanted Matt Bourne to come back as the heel Doink and team with Kazarni. It's been interesting.
Yes.
Oh, that would
But
be
now
awesome,
that you
too.
bring up,
Yeah.
now that you've mentioned Waylon Mercy, and I mean, he was one of my favorites. There's a guy, Dan Spivey, that needs to go into the Hall of Fame,
Yeah.
into the WWE Hall of Fame.
If you're such a fan of Dan Spivey, what other characters did he play?
Oh, he was in the, I want to say Twin Towers, but I believe I'm wrong there.
You are. He was a part of the Skyscrapers.
That's what it was.
I love the bluntness. Well, you are.
But I don't remember the other characters that he played. Because I know it was Sid and Vader were the masters of the power bomb.
He was also a part of Team USA after Random, I believe, left in '86. I want to say it was.
Yes, as Mr. America.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And that was a team that didn't last very long because Mike Rotunda also left not long after Barry.
Mm-hmm. But to kind of go along with what you've said there, Dan, maybe talking a little bit of correlation between, different characters and stuff. Dan Spivey actually had a hand in the creation of the Bray Wyatt character.
Yes, that I knew.
Mm-hmm.
Which I just think is really cool.
Yes.
That somebody who was, maybe not as influential on the professional wrestling business,
Right.
but very knowledgeable on the business,
Yes.
was able to help create this character that is, second to none at that point, right?
Yeah.
But how interesting is it? Like the Waylon Mercy character was only around for a handful of months. How interesting is it to this day?
Yeah.
That shows the impact that he's had on the business.
I love the Waylon Mercy character, and I mean, even part of his whole, like he came out with that cool, calm demeanor, and then when the bell rang, he snapped, which almost leads to the Festus type character portrayed by Luke Gallows.
Right. And I always
I'm
found it
just
just
gonna say
really.
this.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead, Carl, because you're staying
Okay.
on topic. I won't be.
I was gonna say that I found it really like ominous with that character, that like, because up until that point I had never really seen anybody with face tattoos. You know what I
Right.
mean? But for him to come out with that like dagger on his forehead,
Yep.
coming like right in the middle of his forehead, was like, ooh, like this is a badass mofo right now. Like I know that this is not somebody that I want to mess with.
Yeah.
And Parrish, take us off topic.
Well, we see Cody Rhodes now on screen.
Yes.
I am very, very excited to see what he has planned for gear for WrestleMania, and part of me hopes it's. I know the waist belt that he has all the companies that he's worked for.
Mhm.
But there's part of me that kind of wants to see an American Dream / Gold Dust inspiration in this gear, because as you see what we have here,
Well,
there's not as much gold on that, and I think that's done intentionally.
but
Because
when
they
you
were saving the
see
gold
the actual
for
belt, because they've
WrestleMania.
shown the belt that he's had custom made,
Oh yeah, I've seen it.
the word
I've seen
Cody
it.
is written in
That's gold.
pure gold with the black shadowing.
Yeah.
And I'm almost wondering too, because
But
he said it's going to be a hell of a lot of pyro. So I'm almost wondering if you're going to hear maybe a little bit of Gold Dust music and part of his pyro before Cody's music hits.
I don't think we'll hear Gold Dust.
But I think that we
But if
could
we do
hear.
have a correlation of both his brother and dad's,
Yeah.
I can see that.
That's kind of where I was going. I think if you know, because we could have his regular theme song, and you know the regular way that it starts. You know, wrestling has more than one royal family, and then we just hear American, and then it goes into Cody's music. Doesn't have to say Dream, just goes right into Cody's music, and in the background, in a little bit of undertone, we hear a little bit of Gold Dust's.
Okay.
Well, also think about this. What's one of his most famous theme songs that's not the one that he uses right now? Smoke and Mirrors, right?
Right? Yep.
Yeah.
What's the most interactive part of his current theme right now? Whoa. Wasn't that not in Smoke and Mirrors?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, it was.
Do you see where I'm kind of going here?
The lead singer of State has actually come out and said that.
Mm-hmm.
But also, it's kind of cool because Goldust was from Hollywood.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I just watched a commercial on
Now,
my
I
screen.
was thinking how you
for a
could use
movie
them.
called Renfeld with the greatest actor in the world. I just had to throw that out there. Nicolas Cage is in a new movie.
Yeah.
I took
Yes,
us totally
I have
off
the
topic.
commercial
I'm
up.
sorry.
I was gonna say I was gonna say for the mix for if you were going to mix Dusty's Gold Dust and Cody's together with the American Dream spiel at the beginning, then go. I'd blend in that that shattering sound that starts off the Gold Dust theme, then go into Cody's theme. The Shattered Dreams productions.
you could have his
You know what I mean?
you can have his wrestling has more than one royal family, and that could be kind of your setup to do all the stuff with his family.
Yes.
And then, like, I don't think I don't think it's like it's gonna be interesting, and I really am curious because there's a lot you can do with Cody Rhodes' entrance this year at WrestleMania, and this is the one that we're expecting. There was the little bit of shadow of like whether or not it was actually going to be him last year. It was pretty much known it was him, but it was one of those, okay, let's get it for the big pop. Now this is the one for the big show.
Yeah.
So I'm very curious. Also, Karl, I know you like a good story. So when I was coming back from San Antonio, on the flight, they gave us a cookie. Our choice of cookies or crackers, and I take cookie because, well, come on, right? It so much saying. Got cookie. They gave us this little wafer, and I don't know why. Maybe it's because I drank a lot down there, as we saw in some review shows. But this cookie just really hit the spot, so I saved the wrapper. I was like, I got to know what this cookie is. I actually found it at a London Drugs, and I bought the box of them. Oh,
okay.
Actually, I bought a couple boxes because I went through that first box yesterday like a champ.
And what are they?
Oh, they are
American Nightmare.
Butter, cookie, milk chocolate.
Okay, you may have to take a photo of
we
that.
Sell those
and
at
send
Food
it to
Basics.
me because you're all like pixelated going on there for some reason tonight. Oh, the celebration ones.
Yeah, those at Food Basics.
Yeah.
Walmart's got them too. Yeah. I enjoyed when you said wafer cookie. I'm thinking like the actual wafers.
Yeah.
Right? And Celebration makes those as well. The wafer cookies.
Yeah.
They have like a cafe mocha wafer one that I absolutely love.
Yeah, you like your coffee. I'm not a big coffee guy.
Celebration just makes really good cookies too. Like they're jam filled ones. Like they've got a like a raspberry and a blueberry like kind of jelly jam filled one.
Yeah.
Insane. Like I love those. I love them. Love them. Love them. Celebration cookies are fantastic.
My favorite cookies right now are break time cookies. They are the perfect coffee cookie.
Yes, they are.
Oh man, I had some chocolate chip cookies from Tim Hortons today, and they were still gooey as hell. They were delicious.
Wow,
so good.
It's the first time I've heard that in a long
just
time.
Made. Oh, so good. I have not had a bad experience with my cookies at Tim Hortons so far.
Thank your lucky stars.
Yeah, Karl and I used to quote unquote bake them, and they were never very good.
I'm gonna put OMD over here, but when I used to work at Walmart, I used to go visit OMD at the end of my shift, and I always made sure he made my food for me, and he was good at it.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
I mean, you remember those nights.
I did come across a very interesting thing to do. Hold on. I'm digging this match so far.
Me too.
Me 3.
Me 4.
Me after. Wait, what?
Speaking of Wheel of Fortune categories, tonight apparently there was a WWE themed Wheel of Fortune episode.
Interesting.
What was it? They had was it Jeopardy? No, I think it was Wheel of Fortune. They had it a while ago, and they had it was celebrity editions. And for a week, there was a different wrestler on each episode. The only one I actually watched was the one with Xavier Woods.
I have not seen any of them.
Yeah, not a big deal. It wasn't
So
anything
since
that I was overly enthralled by. I just happened to catch it because I flipped the TV on and there's Xavier Woods on my TV playing Wheel of Fortune.
Which, by the way, he's actually played that game a lot on Up, Up, Down, Down.
But also, speaking of Wheel of Fortune and wrestling, did anybody hear about Pat Sajak trying to chicken wing a quote-unquote indie wrestler?
Yes, I do believe I shared that on the Turnbuckle Talk Facebook page.
Okay.
But yeah, I will. This is what I was going to say. So you combine cinnamon buns with the cookie bat or the cookie dough. So what you do is you roll out the cinnamon bun like normal, and then you add the cookie dough on it, and then roll it back up, and then cook that, and then put your icing on. Yeah.
Okay.
All this chicken talk makes me want wings, so I'm going to order some.
I have wings in the freezer that I could throw in the air fryer.
I saw one of the funniest videos where somebody had like chickens in their little air fryer and they put it in and it came out with like the chicken wings, and then it goes to one guy and he's like, "But what if I wanted boneless?" Oh my god, was it funny?
Wow.
I've seen one that had like baby chicks sitting in the pot, and then all of a sudden, or in the container for the air fryer, and then all of a sudden, wow, these things really do work, and there's 3 nuggets sitting right there.
Too
Oh, no, I don't
much.
know if I want nuggets or wings.
You want adult chicken nuggets.
Yes.
Or
Then there's
boneless
the
wings,
Then
whichever you
there's
want.
now the idiot in the States that's suing Buffalo Wild Wings over claiming that their boneless wings are just nuggets. Well, yeah, what did you expect?
Oh, some people's children.
It's no worse than the two
You might as well
people
just
that
say
have
boneless wings are actually chicken fingers.
It's no worse than the two people, the one in India and one in the States, that have sued their parents for giving birth to them without consent and winning.
Right? That totally blows my mind.
Yeah.
And we are back on Monday Night Raw. Closing out this edition.
But since we're on the subject of those,
subject of chicken.
oh no, we were on the subject of frivolous lawsuits just now, and remember
yes.
the hot coffee incident and how everybody bashed that woman?
Yes.
She had every right to sue McDonald's because of what happened.
I just love the Seinfeld episode where Kramer tried to sue him too hot. And then he got in trouble because he put the bomb on.
I don't know. I never got into Seinfeld, but the fact is that those cups had warnings. I know that they had to put the warnings in bigger graphic. So no, she didn't have a right to sue. If
Those
she goes
warnings
through
were placed
ordering a coffee,
what happened.
but she still
Those
didn't have
warnings
a
were
right to
placed
sue.
after it happened.
If you know you're going to get a coffee, you know the coffee's going to be hot.
Yeah.
But not to the point where you suffer third-degree burns.
That's true.
Yes, then
This
the
matchup
coffee's
has
way
gone
too.
to the 3rd degree.
This comeback
This has
is
been
also quite hot.
Yep.
This has been an incredible match.
It has been. And I really didn't expect anything less, to be honest with you.
No.
Especially with this being the go home episode of Raw before WrestleMania.
Yes.
Top to bottom right now, this show has been, for the most part, keeping my interest.
Yes. Yeah, there was only 2 matches that really didn't do anything for me, and that was Seth and Mustafa
Rubber
Ali,
matches,
and
I'm
then
calling them.
Dolph Ziggler versus Gunther.
Right.
But I just wanted to see Gunther wrestle, so the Dolph
I think
Ziggler
that
thing
was
doesn't bother me that much.
I have a feeling Gunther and Imperium will be drafted to Raw when the draft does happen.
I think so
I
as
have a
well.
feeling
I do
they'll
too.
be traded the mid card titles.
So you're gonna see, the mid card titles traded. I think essentially all you're gonna see is the Raw and SmackDown rosters just trade places.
I don't think it'll be that bad. I think we'll see some NXT people be drafted up,
Yes.
but I have a feeling there might be some talent that get drafted to NXT as well.
That would be cool.
Oh, that would be definitely interesting. I never thought about
Then
that,
if that's the
that
case, then
aspect of it.
No, I would absolutely love to see that. Maybe get Bobby Roode and Shinsuke drafted back to NXT so that they can actually do something.
Well, Bobby,
best.
it's going to take a while for Bobby Roode to come back.
Bobby Roode's been
Yeah.
cleared and ready for months.
He is actually not cleared. I can actually confirm that.
4 months ago, I read that he had been cleared.
I'm very good friends with people that are
Right.
very close to him. He is definitely
Right.
not cleared yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because they even showed him, he had done a picture for the backstage interview drafted to with the SmackDown background behind him. And so,
But,
what
Chris,
happened to
you were gonna say
Bobby,
something?
anyways?
Oh, I was gonna say if they're gonna draft guys to NXT, then I would move Dom to NXT just so he can get that bit more seasoning he needs.
Unfortunately, I can agree with that. I don't see it happening because Dom is so over with the crowd right now in this current incarnation. So I don't think they will.
I would have agreed if he didn't take major steps in this Ray feud.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would actually throw Hit Row back to NXT. They're just not clicking.
No, I agree.
They feel like another Street Profits to me.
Me too. The Wish version of the Street Profits.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we just saw Solo's first pinfall loss in the main roster.
Well, OMD
I'm not
hasn't
there yet.
He will.
But this is a loss that makes sense for
Oh,
Solo,
if I'm
though.
hearing that, I think my audio is probably what you're watching right now.
No, I just saw the pinfall.
Okay.
I told you, a good 30 seconds.
No, because my the audio I have the Usos just coming out, but like my screen's already in the replay of the match.
So this is definitely interesting going into WrestleMania. We even got Paul Heyman on his cell phone, probably and most likely talking to Roman Reigns at this point.
Now,
As I
come on, the
stop my
6-man
feed
tag
now.
has to be a thing on SmackDown.
You think so?
It should be. No, Cody, KO, and Sammy versus the Usos and Roman.
At Backlash, with the titles on Cody, Sammy, and KO.
I honestly think you do this match on SmackDown, and just when Cody hits something on Roman, that is when Solo comes in and it breaks it all up. And a big brouhaha pops in, and that's what you have going to Mania with the baby faces coming out strong. Bye, Felicia.
SmackDown, they're doing a face-to-face, so it's going to depend on if they start with the face-to-face or if that's the main event segment. And in all likelihood, that's the main event segment.
Thank you, Felicia, for popping in, spending some time with us. As well, you sent me a photo. I know what you were doing tonight. Spending some time with the children as well. And I hope everybody enjoyed.
Oh.
Thank you very much.
I'm glad I waited for you to finish that one.
Yeah.
Yes.
So let's make our way around the room and kind of find out what everybody is doing before I have to head out, because I do work once again in the morning as per the usual. I kind of ducked out really quick last week, and yeah, I know Parrish was like, well, are you gonna oh no, I guess he's gone already. Okay, so you plug your shit. And I went back and watched it. So let's start. Let's start down.
To be that quick.
Oh, dude, I was tired. I was tired, just as I am today. I'm tired.
Yeah.
Let's start down at the bottom. Then let's make our way with Chris Best.
All right, you can follow me on YouTube, Entertainment. I'm going to be doing some video game streaming there within the near future, provided I get my laptop in order.
OMD.
I can be found on Facebook under my name, Dan Horisic, or on Snapchat under the One Man Dynamic. And other than that, that's about it for me.
Parrish.
You can follow me on my Twitter at Chris Parrish, my Instagram, Chris.Parrish, my Twitch at the Chris Parrish, my YouTube at Chris Parrish. Follow me on all the old LE pod platforms as well. And you can follow me this week. As you will see, me and Ed Fries do our paper previews, as the show is called, about WrestleMania Night 1 that will be appearing on Saturday morning. We will be doing paper reviews for both Saturday and Sunday. Probably a paper previews as well for Sunday for Night 2, because it's WrestleMania and they need bonus coverage. And then busting out 31 with Lauren Goodnight with my co-host Bobby Munson on Sunday at 12:15 p.m. Eastern.
I should also add, actually, that I'm not sure if it's going to be starting this Wednesday, but I will be doing I'm assuming that it's going to be a watch along for Dynamites with Bubba Duke from the Boar's Nest. I'm just awaiting confirmation from him. He invited me the other day to do that with him.
Yes. We're getting things all finalized with that. So So as you can see down in the ticker below, all the links for our local establishment have been scrolling down there for a couple moments now. Make sure you go and check all of that out. And we are so close to 100 on our YouTube channel. Go and check out youtube.com/@our-local-establishment. Tell your friends, have everybody you know subscribe to that. Even if they don't decide to continue watching, have them at least subscribe for us, because I can guarantee you that definitely helps us out just a little bit, and we would appreciate that. Ed is saying, boo Dynamite, yay Bubba, and OMD.
Thank you, Ed. Greatly appreciated.
And
saying,
for
the July
myself,
5th edition of Dynamite might be one to watch.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's in Edmonton. It's in my hometown. I'm just saying. You might,
Right.
Just saying.
You might see somebody front row. Possibly. And before I head out, you can find me in the ticker down below. Linktree. linktr.ee/Karl Karafel. That's going to show you all the socials for Turnbuckle Talk, Turnbuckle Studios, all the great things having to do with myself, Karl Karafel. Join me tomorrow. As Ed says, boo Edmonton, LOL. Join me tomorrow as OMD and myself will be bringing you Turnbuckle Talk. This one I've titled Dr. Pepper and Rogue for Mania Stat. We need them quickly. We got a number of different topics we're going to be going over, from Snooki, Eric Bischoff, some NXT stuff, Chelsea Green a little bit, Stardom. We got some Stardom talk going on as well, and then probably just a quick, brief look at WrestleMania, as Parrish is showing you the Rogue Energy ball cap and the 2 liters of Dr. Pepper. For myself, Karl Karafel, for Chris Parrish, for Chris Best, and for OMD, thank you so much, everybody, for joining us and giving us a little bit of your time tonight. We appreciate you all. Until next Monday, take care. Have a good night.
You as well. We'll see you for the Raw after WrestleMania.
I'm very excited